Hello gamers and welcome to Blood Bowl 3. Actually, so let's try Blood Bowl 3. It's my first steps in the game by Cylight's Studio, and it's recently been, the publishing rights and so on have been bought by Slitherine, and so they are now the publisher. And yeah, I did play, I think, a little bit of Blood Bowl 1, and I do have Blood Bowl 2, but I never really had the time to play it, I think. So yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see, how much I enjoy the game. At least interesting for me. I think there are 12 units in the base game, or 12 factions or teams. And I need to turn down the volume a little bit, I think. And okay, that should be better. And yeah, it's basically fantasy football in the Warhammer universe. A bit gory, a bit bloody. You do need an online account. Welcome to Blood Bowl 3. Take your first steps. Start the first competition of the official campaign, The Outsiders. There you will find all the tips to get a good start. If you're already familiar with Blood Bowl universe, you can compete against an online opponent or challenge a friend in a hot seat game. That's interesting. So I've been advised by some friendly guys on the Discord server, to check out the video for the teams. I asked for possible starting teams. Find all your teams on this screen. If you still don't have a team, create your own by selecting the Create a New Team button. You can access the menu of each of your teams by selecting the corresponding tile. So basically, a Season 3, I advise. And they basically, the top two, I think, were... Well, the only ones that are available here are the Orcs. They were number 1. And then the Undead. The others are not available here, I think. But I've also been advised on the Discord that, all the teams have like the pluses and downsides. And it's about, what you enjoy. It's what it says here as well. The teams that you create can be played in all game modes. All competition matches will have an impact on your teams, who will collect money, injuries, and glory throughout the course of their careers. That's interesting. And they also told me that the AI is pretty not so good, and it's best to play against players in order to not learn, bad tactics. There's join the community on the official Blood Bowl 3 Discord server, open ladder arena, friendly match campaign, eternal league competitions, official competitions. I wonder if there's like friendly matches. Challenge a friend online or compete against him on the same screen. You have access to your own teams as well as to the real official teams. Unlike competition matches played in this mode will have no consequence on your team, like lasting injuries or player progression when completed. And there's also the campaign. The Blood Bowl 3 campaign offers you a series of competitions in which you take an emblematic teams. If you are unfamiliar with the Blood Bowl universe, the campaign is an excellent way to discover it while at the same time learning to play. I think I should learn, some basics at least. My sponsors. Okay. Tutorial. Here we go. Six of the most influential brands of the old world decide to host an extraordinary tournament, the Clash of Sponsors. The best teams answer the call for a tournament which will mark the history of Blood Bowl. Cabal Vision presents, that's funny. Infamous coaches. There was also actually a really cool intro video to the game when it started. And it's showing the different teams.
Hey there, loser. You really thought that Blood Bowl was just about spilling blood and wrenching balls? You're in the big leagues now. That's why you need a sponsor. Win your games and I'll get you some contracts with the most powerful companies of the old world. Remember, with big money comes big trickery.
Okay. Okada's Fitness Club, the new chain of sports clubs fostered by the sportswear giant Oculus, is the sponsor of this competition that is placed under the banner of pure violence. Complete this series of 3 introductory matches to unlock access to campaign competitions for your own teams. Okay, match 1. I think it was like 16 or 18 turns. It's nice that it's with an intro.
He has an appetite for victory and fresh ghouls. Meet former captain of the Gouged Iron star player, Varag Ghoul-Chewer.
Varag is a tactical player, which is rare for an orc. Makes him really dangerous. He kept his team on top of the league for 6 straight seasons.
Today, Varag is the coach of the Outsiders.
I can't wait to see what will ooze out of that vicious mind.
The Wissenland commoners are stepping onto the pitch. They're a loose alliance of charming ruffians from a variety of races, united by their love of inflicting pain on others.
Tough lads who know how to handle themselves.
Introduction. Blood Bowl welcomes you. This tutorial will explain the rudiments of the game. Get ready to break some jaws.
Listen to me. I'm gonna teach you the tricks of the trade.
The aim of the game is simple. Score touchdowns by taking the ball into the opposition end zone and turn down the volume a tiny little bit. Okay. Team with the most touchdowns at the end of the match is declared the winner.
This competition is sponsored by Oculus.
Let's hope it's better put together than their pants.
The position is of the ball is clearly visible thanks to the blue halo. Right now it is close to the end zone of your team. Thanks to Caval Vision's camera boom technology, you have access to an aerial view of your players. Look at the pitch by turning the camera. To do so, move your cursor to the edges of the screen.
There is no need to introduce Orchidax, the preferred equipment supplier of Chaos teams.
That's not all, Jim. They're also the ones with the biggest sizes. I get my stuff from there.
Ah, well, that explains several things.
You know, actually it said I've acquired the skills before I did it. I guess I did it with the mouse, okay. Now let's select the player. Now perform click on the square adjacent to the wall in order to plan a move action. Planning allows you to prepare a series of actions. It will also call a declaration. Okay, let's execute it.
They'll need to scoop up that ball and quickly.
The movement allowance characteristic indicates the number of squares the player can move. This is shown on the profile of the selected player. Continue your turn by planning a move action of your player onto the square containing the ball. Once the declaration is confirmed, the player automatically tries to pick up the ball. His success depends on the test on his agility. The lower is better. But I don't know what's being rolled against it. I think I turned down the volume a tad. Just one second. There we go. Okay, that should be better now. Agility shows how talented the player is at picking up the ball or getting out of tackle situations. The agility characteristic is the number to be reached or beaten with a D6. Okay. And we have 3 pickups apparently. Because we have sure hands.
Yes,
plus 3
they
plus.
picked up the ball.
In Blood Bowl, most actions are resolved by dice rolls using a random generator that has been certified as beyond reproach by the NAF. On a 6-sided dice, d6, the natural roll of 6 means automatic success, while the natural roll of 1 means automatic failure. You thus have at least one chance in 6 of succeeding in almost impossible action, and the same chance of failing the most trivial of actions.
Basic principles are beginning to sink in.
Which in itself is encouraging.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, there we have a lock. Continue your turn by selecting this player and planning a move action to the indicated square.
I can't understand why they keep broadcasting matches with all these rookie teams. It's not like anyone cares. Wait, this isn't going on.
Knuckles seems to have other plans.
Basic
What?
principles are beginning to sink in.
Which in itself is encouraging.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I guess that's the indicated square, right?
What do you think about what just happened, Bob?
Oh, it's not that.
Okay, I need to select this player. My bad. This player is being marked because he's inside the tackle zone of an opponent. These are the 8 squares that surround the player. Leaving a tackle zone requires a successful agility test. Failing a dodge can lead to a player falling over for the most unlucky death.
So, Bob, what do you think of the training program from Orchidas, the sponsor of this competition?
That you'd have to be very, very strong or very, very
This
stupid.
display indicates the threshold of success for an agility test. The threshold 3+ requires a result of 3 or more on a d6 to pass the test. Okay, here it also says 3+. Okay. Let's attempt the dodge.
Fast and impossible to tell. The fans will love it.
But it doesn't show... Oh, no, it does here, the 5. We rolled a 5. The log at the bottom left of your screen records all actions and the results. The display can be extended in order to improve readability. Now that you have activated a second player, you will notice that the previous one who picked up the ball has become inactive. White circle at his feet turned red. In Blood Bowl, players can only be activated one after the other. Think about the sequence of actions for one player before moving to the next one.
Now, show me what you got.
I'm hearing in the headphones that the quota of lost or broken teeth hasn't been reached yet in this match. Select the indicated player in order to rectify the problem. To plan a block against the player, select the ladder a second time with your left mouse button. Your player must be adjacent.
Hey, at last, some action.
Well, I only selected it once actually, the other one. During a block, we compare the strength of both players. If the values are equal, only one dice is rolled. Execute the declaration to start the block.
That's a good choice for this play.
Select the dice. The power results allows you to choose the square into which your player will push the opponent. The player can follow up an opponent that he has pushed back. This keeps him in his tackle zone. Follow up. Oh, nice.
Hey, you gotta be careful. Nothing works every time.
Blocking opponents. Nice blow. His teeth over there on the pitch. The block ends the activation of the player for this turn. You can no longer move this player after this action and until the next turn. You have no remaining players who can be activated during this turn. When this happens, go to the next turn by using remove keyboard shortcut or by making a left click on the button at the top center. Challenge completed. You're ready to move on to the next one. Action wheel and superior strength. I think I must have turned down the volume a little bit more. Just 1 second. Okay. Following a short ellipsis, let us see how the match has advanced. The current situation will will allow you to learn more about the block action and its effects. To begin with, select the designated player who is close to the opposition's pips squeak. The action wheel allows you to choose from all the actions available to your player, as well as to carry out special actions linked to skills. You can also check the details of each action. I guess these are the actions. Open the wheel by holding down left and then select block action.
He's a coach who keeps
When you compare
An ex-slave who whips his players. Real textbook case.
When you compare the strength values of the two players, you will see that you have an advantage. Okay, so here higher is actually better. Superior strength allows two block dice to be rolled, so twice the chance of getting a favorable result. The number of dice to be rolled is displayed over the head of the target during planning. Your opponent will regret having left his old world halfling hopeful inside the tackle zone of your player. Confirm the block action with the shortcut. It would seem that you don't have what it takes to flatten your opponent. Be careful. The dice with the skull is called player down as a result that you don't want. It is the same as the 1 result on a d6. The attack went badly and is the attacker who is knocked down. Your best choice is this dice with the arrow icon. This result is called pushback. It allows an opponent to be pushed back by 1 square without knocking him down. As for the POW result, you must choose the destination square and decide whether your player will follow up or not. Okay, let's take this one, it's slightly better. Select one of the 3 squares. Follow up this pipsqueak. With your strength advantage, your player will be well placed to perform a new block action on him during the next turn.
Each season, the new Orchid Ass collection brings
If a
joy
player adjacent to
and
the
novelty
opposition
to the
ball
followers of
carrier
Thrash.
Some people only watch the Chaos Cup to see the new styles.
plan a block action on the letter in the way that you wish, by making a left click directly on the opposition player, or by holding down the click in order to open the action wheel. Plan a block. Here we go. Pow! And let's push him back. Let's go here and follow up.
Take down the ball carrier before he can move it up the field.
The ball carrier has bitten the dust. When the carrier is knocked down, he automatically releases the ball, which rebounds into one of the adjacent squares. Let us leap forward in time in order to put into practice what you have learned up until now. Challenge completed.
Remember, always give the people what they want.
Advanced block and turnover. Now it is time to use what you have learned in order to win this match in the name of the Using and Rookies team. Select the ogre on your team and plan a block action on that ridiculous old world halfling. Halfling hopeful that is adjacent to him. Okay, let's use what you've learned to make the best choice. Obviously, it's not the skull. Here we go. Pow. We can't push him into him or her, unfortunately. Let's follow up. The match goes on. Execute a block action by this new player against the opponent who is in the designated square. Ooh, that's bad. Oh dear, luck has finally changed sides. I guess this is like scripted. Turnover.
Hey,
So
it's
it's
all part of the learning process.
in Blood Bowl, the failure of an action causes a turnover. The turnover brings an immediate end of your turn. Blood Bowl is a game that challenges you to plan the order of your actions according to the risks involved. Plan wisely in order to lessen the gravity of a premature end of turn. Okay, we've done that as
What do
well.
you think about what just happened there?
A new turn begins. In this situation, you have a player who is in difficulty. A player who is flat out on the pitch is an easy target and can no longer tackle opposition players. Stand this player up by clicking again on a square and execute the declaration with the shortcut. Plan to make the player stand up. There it is. It's not down there, but we can do it here.
Now, that's important.
Notice that you can no longer plan a block action with this player. Player can only perform one type of action during a standard activation. Standing up is considered a move action, and so during this turn, there are only two choices: continue the move action or stay put. Standing a player up costs 3 movement allowance. Points. Your player still has some of these points left. Continue his move action by removing him from the opponent's tackle zone and placing him in the indicated square. Okay. Let's see if we can dodge. We can. Remember that an opponent who retains his tackle zone will automatically attempt a tackle. But we dodged him.
Feeling there are going to be some fireworks.
The opposition ball carrier is inside the tackle zone of your ogre. Quite a mistake. Give him a demonstration of brutality. Okay, the target is a bit more robust than the pipsqueak you sent flying a few turns ago, but his strength is below that of your player. Yeah, quite a bit. This dice result is called Stumble. The effect is similar to a POW, if the opponent doesn't have the dodge skill. Your target has no such advantage. You can choose this result without any worries and knock him down. Choose the destination. Your ogre doesn't risk much in the middle of opposition players. Follow up your target to put him in an advantageous position for the next turn.
It's a team game after all.
You have wiped out the opposition ball carrier. The ball rebounds into a free square. A perfect opportunity to make a final sprint. One of your players is perfectly positioned to attempt this action. Select him. Let's get this.
Player down and surrounded by the opposing team. This isn't going to be pretty.
The player can try to rush an extra 2 squares beyond his movement allowance. They are shown by exclamation marks. To move into each of these squares, a roll of a d6 is required. On a result of 1, your player falls over and it is the turnover. However, you've got to take the risk if you want to win.
Quite the sprint. He dodged several potential tripping hazards to get that touchdown.
I like the way you think.
Touchdown! Congratulations on this victory. You have displayed your mastery of the Blood Bowl basics by allowing the Usingen Rockies team to win their first match. Success. Back to menu. Complete the series of 3 introductory matches. Unlock the campaign competitions for your own teams. I think that's what we need to do. I don't want to play a friendly.
Welcome back to Cabal Vision HD.
Good support, there's beer. I have to say the crowd looks better than in EA Sports FC. Welcome to the second Blood Bowl match with the Using Rookies team. We'll explore some advanced concepts so that you will shine during the Cabal Night Blood Bowl. We now take a look at some less commonplace declarations. They are limited in the number of uses per turn, but they are handy in order to perform a series of actions during a single activation of a player. Okay, click here to plan a Blitz declaration. A Blitz declaration is usable once per team turn, allows you to combine a move action with a block action. Ooh, that's nice.
They're getting up close and personal, Bob.
Good.
Need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
If I had a gold crown for every player I've seen lying on the
It's
field
like
during
an
my
armor
career,
value.
well, I could start my
Test.
own team. You only need a
Well done.
gold
Note that your
crown.
player can still perform an action after this block. The Blitz declaration allows a move before as well as after the block action. Make the most of this activation by positioning the player on the indicated square, but why would that be advantageous?
So
The
far,
Blitz declaration is
what
one
have
of the
you got to tell us
declarations
about
that can
this
only be
team?
performed once per turn.
Like all teams, it
You
has
cannot
good
perform
qualities
another Blitz during this turn, but nothing prevents you from continuing to perform actions in the standard way. These two players have equivalent strength, but your other players can assist their teammate to give him an advantage. Select this other player and place him in the indicated square. As long as he's not marked, the player that you have placed next to the opponent provides an assist to his teammate, and that gives a +1 strength. That's actually cool. Not good results. Player down means that only your player is down. Both down means that both players are down. That's your best option, and it means twice as much blood. Turnover.
I can't understand why they
When an
keep
action is failed,
broadcasting
it brings
matches
about a
with all these
turnover, an immediate end
rookie teams. It's
to
not
the
like
turn
anyone
of the
cares.
active team.
Wait, this isn't going to
Let's advance a few turns.
We're still live from the Orchid.
Your team begins a new turn. The limited use declaration counter is reset at the start of each turn. The number of Blitz declarations is back to 1 in the declaration bar. The Blitzer is in a good position to breach the opposition defensive line.
Hey bro, credit where it's
Select
due.
him and then plan a block on the indicated for opposition player. Good that it automatically kind of chooses the Blitz. Both down. Your player was not knocked down. The block skill prevents being knocked down in the case of a both down result. That is actually pretty cool. Each time a player is knocked down, an armor value roll is made against him. If the roll is successful, the armor value is broken and the player can be injured. The locked shortcut at the bottom left of your screen details what just happened. The armor value of the player is 9. And the armor value roll is 10. Roll is 10. The armor value is broken. The opponent was stunned, but it could have been a lot worse. The stun status temporarily impairs a player by preventing him from standing up before a complete turn. Moreover, a player who is down loses his tackle zone. But why stop there? Making a player stunned isn't bad, but we can do a lot better. Select the designated player. Finish what has been started. Plan a foul action by clicking on this position player. Or by, yeah. Foul activation. I guess we didn't have to dodge. Okay, this player's KO. The foul declaration can only be used once per turn. It allows you to combine a move action and a foul action against an opponent player who is lying on the pitch. The foul action immediately triggers an armor value roll. And if it is successful in an injury test against the player lying on the pitch, the opponent was KO'd. He's immediately removed from the pitch and will have to wait for a new drive before any hope of standing up. Plus a 50% chance at the start of each drive. What is the drive? Is that like a halftime? Now let us move to the secret of successful foul. Move a few players around the chosen blocker who is lying on the pitch. Make sure that your players aren't being marked once they are in place. Reminder, being marked means being inside the tackle zone of an opponent.
I think he's going to make him suffer.
Yeah, we didn't have to dodge there.
What do you think about what just happened?
Or play again,
Oh, it's
sorry.
not that bad. Who needs to learn the
Activate
rules?
this.
Should they be stomping on the player's neck with those stubby
Okay.
hooves that hard?
Okay, there will be a good...
Ref's not looking, so yes.
Support is the foundation of your strategy.
Each teammate providing an assist reduces by +1 the result required to successfully break an armor value. Execute the foul. Okay.
So, Vara, what have you got to tell us about this team?
Death.
Like all teams,
Holy shit. The referee noticed something. The foul carries the risk of your player being caught in the act. Fortunately, the argue call option brings in your coach who has a small chance of dissuading a referee from sending off your player. Argue the call. How do I do that? Huh. Ah, okay, I need to click him. Argue the call.
Hasn't that player been sent off, Bob?
Yeah, that was
You're lucky. Your player will not be sent off. Your
He's
position
dead.
player won't be setting his foot
Well,
on
life
in
goes
the pitch
on.
in the near future.
Exactly.
Your fall action broke his armor value and the injury roll led to a casualty roll. Serious injury, in this case it was death. KO'd or injured players are placed in the dugout of their team. The player who is KO'd has a 50% chance of recovering at the start of each new drive. If successfully can be placed onto the pitch during the setup phase. But he looks dead, it said dead. The player who suffers a casualty is off the pitch for the rest of the match. Information about an injury or casualty suffered by the player is found on the profile. Next challenge.
Now, that's important.
Let us move the match forward to encounter a new situation. You have the opportunity to score a touchdown. Start by selecting your thrower. Select the indicated player. Success of the pass is determined by the PA characteristic of your thrower. Passing ability. His profile tells you that he has a PA of 2+, meaning a success with a roll of 2 or more with 1d6.
Hey, that was
He needs to catch.
Are they cheating?
He did. There are different types of pass that depend on the distance between your thrower and his target. The further the target, the greater the penalty added to the PA test of your thrower. If the test is successful, the ball goes directly for the targeted square. Otherwise, the ball deviates or simply falls from the thrower's hands in the case of a total failure. The catch test is based upon the agility of the player. Each opponent adjacent to the player who is attempting to catch adds a penalty of 1. To score a touchdown, you'll have to pass the ball to your teammates. Start by selecting your new ball carrier. The handoff action allows you to pass the ball directly into, this is handoff, I guess, yeah, into the hands of an adjacent player. This action does not require a dice roll on the pass. Only the player receiving the ball must undergo a catch test. You have 2 ways to plan a handoff. Either plan a move to the indicated square and then click on the adjacent player, or directly open the action wheel on the indicated player. Let's go here and then here to see if that works. Okay, plan a handoff, go. Quite intuitive, the controls. Your receiving player is close to the opposition end zone. And here we go.
That's a touchdown. I'm so excited my heart nearly started beating again. A fresh start, fellas. You can return to the slaughter.
A new victory for the Houston Rockets rookies. There remains one last match for them to win in order to attract the attention of a generous sponsors. Okay. Here we go, match 3. Commercial break.
Tired of getting trampled? Dreaming of the big guy silhouette? Run faster, you runts! I'm Varagoolchewer! And I'm Lord Borak. We at Oculus have developed a personalized training program for weak scumbags like you. You'll be out there crushing orcs in only 4 weeks. Join Fitness Club Oculus and finally become the big guy of the match.
That's really funny, actually. Oh. Welcome to this third match in charge of the Usingen rookies. We look at some special actions as well as the use of
And
skills.
Varag is walking onto the pitch to, well, to attack the opposing team's players.
We'll start by taking a new look at the blitz. Use the designated player to perform a
Then he
blitz.
can be magnanimous when he wants.
Oh. Oh. Typical case of bad luck. Fortunately, you possess a team reroll that allows you to reroll all of your dice. Now, where exactly? Is the team reroll? Ah, here it is.
Count those teeth, Jim. They'll have to pick up most of them off the ground in a few seconds' time. Crash! Bang! Voila! I love adding my own sound effects.
Oh, but okay, he's stunned. Good. Team rerolls can be used by all members of your team. They allow you to reroll the dice of an action whose result doesn't suit you.
Butts of a bunch of orcs ain't so bad. Not
Select
bad at
this
all, in fact.
other player and plan a block action on the microbe standing next to him. Okay, strength difference. It's cool that it is shown. Yes, yeah, this is more advantageous here. The teammates of the target offer no assist, even though your player is in their tackle zone, because This is because a player being marked by at least one other opponent cannot offer an assist. Okay, they are both marked, so that's really good. By this tiny guy, not a good roll of the dice. Fortunately, you can use as many team rerolls as you want per turn. Interesting. Stumble.
Against the orcs, it's simple.
Nothing
You
seems to
either
have
hit
other
harder
plans
than
for you.
them,
Oh,
or you try not to get caught.
my bad.
Barak Gulchua is almost part of Blood Bowl royalty.
Let me think now. He's
We
been
need
with
to
the
reroll.
Gauss guy since
There we go.
2475.
Follow up.
Takes a skillful player to
Unlike the power result, your position player was not knocked down because he has a dodge skill. He simply pushed back. The way is clear. Almost another way through the defensive line is to jump over the players lying on the pitch. Select the indicated player and place him next to the opposition player who is lying on the pitch. Click on the player, on the position player. Dead. Your player failed his action, and as with each time a player falls flat out on the pitch, the armor value roll is automatically triggered. When the armor value roll is successful, it is followed by an injury roll. If the latter is also successful, it is followed by a casualty roll. A casualty roll produced a very bad result for you. But don't worry, your team hired an apothecary for this type of situation. Choose the option at the bottom of the reaction wheel to use your apothecary and make a new casualty roll. Okay, that's good.
Barak Gulchua is almost part of Blood Bowl royalty.
Let me think now. He's been with the Gauss guy since 2475.
Select the no injury. The opponent has placed his ball carrier on the sidelines, a mistake that he'll exploit by blitz declaration. Yeah, I think I read you can push them kind of like out. No, go here. And then go here. And then,
Against the orcs, it's simple.
oh,
You
other
either hit
plans.
harder than them, or you try not to get caught.
Select indicate player, plan a move. Validate the sequence. Make a okay. Execute your block action.
Those players are very close. Smells like a fight is about to happen.
These results will do. Pushing him back off the pitch will trigger an instantaneous reaction by the crowd. Follow up. When a player is pushed. Oh.
Defense is weak. Go on, boy.
Into the crowd, an injury roll is automatically made against him before he's placed in the reserves box. When the ball leaves the pitch
Gulchua
following
has
a
replaced
pass,
Lord Borak
a
as
bounce,
the
or
Orchid
when the ball
spokesman.
carrier is pushed
Do you
back
think
off the
our
pitch,
star
the
holds it against him?
spectators pass the ball to each other until it lands on the pitch again. Where, in fact, did it go?
You seem to like
Ah,
Barak
there it is.
Gulchua, Bob.
The player is
I
entangled in
respect
tackle
it, that's all.
zones.
Him and me,
Select him with your
we knew
left
another time.
mouse
Are
button,
you
click and then
friends?
move him into the
He's an
square
orc.
that contains the ball. There's no penalty when the player leaves the tackle zone of several opponents. However, there would have been if we had tried to enter tackle zone by performing a dodge. Interesting.
Not enough tackle zones on that ball. Now the opposing team.
Job done. You attempted a first dodge that failed, then a second one that was successful. The test was rerolled thanks to the dodge skill of your player. Find this information in the log. Yeah, uses the dodge skill here. Should a reroll fail for whatever reason, it is not possible to try a new reroll for that action. The player has picked up the ball, he just has to continue moving all the way to the end zone. Go. You're now familiar with the basics of Blood Bowl. I've got nothing left to teach you, so you must discover the rest of for yourself. And that's an achievement. Breaking news.
We've just heard that the Usingen rookies have been thrown out for taking probability-altering substances. The NAF declared that the young team will not be allowed to continue in the Clash of Sponsors competition. Apparently,
That's funny.
they were caught red-handed dipping into the D6 bag. Blood samples taken by the sports doctors confirmed the presence of illegal substances.
If they'd read Lord Borak's official biography, they'd know how to avoid this kind of thing. Bribery.
Rufus Bottomfoot, the team's agent, was quick to stress his confidence in his coach.
We're gonna rebuild our team and continue the clash of sponsors. After all, it's only the players that were suspended, and they're expendable.
It's reassuring to see that these talented, caring leaders of men have the know-how to get back on their feet after such a chaotic start.
It's quite funny. Okay. And now here we can create our teams. Here we can play an open ladder and in the arena. Competitions. Eternal League. Single player mode. Start out in the rookie conference and work your way up until you win the Blood Bowl. Compete against legendary teams, fill your trophy case and discover unique competitions. The pirate crew. Here we can choose stuff. And this competition is unlocked now. But I think this is for another one. I think I will do this like a series maybe. Like play all of these. Not sure how long that takes. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until then, bye for now.